He was massive. Ingrid Bergman confesses everything in her memoir. Ingrid Bergman was born on August 29, 1915, in Stockholm, Sweden. She grew up in a world far removed from the glitter of show business. Her early life was marked by tragedy. She lost her mother at the age of 3, and her beloved father, a photographer who had instilled in her an early love of images and performance, died when she was just 12. Orphaned and shy, she was raised by relatives but found her escape and her calling on the stage. Despite her quiet demeanor, Bergman displayed early on an extraordinary ability to express emotion, and she pursued acting with unwavering determination. She studied at the prestigious Royal Dramatic Theatre School in Stockholm, which had also trained Greta Garbo, another Swedish legend. Her talent quickly set her apart, and before long, she was appearing in Swedish films, where her luminous presence and natural acting style drew critical acclaim. One of her early breakthrough roles came in the 1936 Swedish film Intermezzo, which would later catapult her to international stardom when it was remade in Hollywood. In 1939, at the invitation of producer David O. Selznick, Bergman arrived in Hollywood to star in the American version of Intermezzo, a love story opposite Leslie Howard. With her soft, unaffected beauty, gentle accent, and sincere performances, she stood in stark contrast to the more stylized stars of the day. Audiences were captivated, and Ingrid quickly became one of the most sought-after actresses of the early 1940s. Her rise was swift and dazzling. Over the next few years, she starred in a string of classic films that showcased her range and emotional depth. Among her most iconic performances was her role as Ilse Lund in Casablanca, 1942, opposite Humphrey Bogart. The film has since become one of the most beloved in cinema history, and Bergman's portrayal of a woman torn between love and duty is central to its enduring appeal. Her radiant face, especially in the poignant scenes at Rick's Cafe, is forever etched in the memory of moviegoers worldwide. Bergman's work during this period earned her widespread acclaim and multiple Academy Award nominations. In 1944, she won her first Academy Award for Best Actress for her riveting performance in Gaslight, where she portrayed a woman slowly driven to believe she is going insane. The psychological intensity and vulnerability she brought to the role displayed her remarkable dramatic skill. This was followed by other memorable roles, including in Alfred Hitchcock's Notorious, 1946, where she starred opposite Cary Grant in a complex tale of espionage, passion, and betrayal, once again proving her ability to command the screen with elegance and emotional truth. She followed her heart and moved to Italy, collaborating with Roberto Rossellini on a series of neorealist films, including Stromboli, 1950, Europa 51, and Journey to Italy. While these films were not commercial hits at the time, they were later recognized for their influence on modern cinema and their bold experimentation. After several years abroad, Bergman made a triumphant return to American cinema in 1956 with her performance in Anastasia, for which she won her second Academy Award, a symbolic welcome back from the industry that had once shunned her. She continued to act in both European and American films, proving herself time and again as one of the most versatile and fearless actresses of her generation. She also received acclaim on the stage and in television, including her Emmy-winning performance in A Woman Called Golda, where she portrayed Israeli Prime Minister Golda Meir. Throughout her career, Ingrid Bergman was nominated for 7 Academy Awards, winning 3, along with 2 Emmy Awards, a Tony Award, and countless other honors. She acted in 5 languages and worked with some of the greatest directors of the 20th century, including Alfred Hitchcock, Ingmar Bergman, no relation, and Sidney Lumet. But beyond the accolades, it was her unmistakable sincerity and quiet dignity that endeared her to audiences across generations. Ingrid Bergman was a woman who lived boldly, acted brilliantly, and refused to be confined by the narrow expectations of her time. Even when scandal threatened to overshadow her accomplishments, she never compromised her integrity or her devotion to her craft. In her personal life, she experienced profound highs and painful lows, marriages, divorces, motherhood, and illness, but she faced them all with remarkable poise. Ingrid Bergman, the acclaimed Swedish actress renowned for her beauty and talent, first married Peter Lindström in 1937. Lindström was a respected medical professional specifically a neurosurgeon, which reflected a very different world from the glitz and glamour of Hollywood and international cinema that Bergman inhabited. Their marriage, while initially stable and seemingly conventional, was marked by the complexities of Bergman's rising stardom and her increasing immersion in the film industry. Together, Ingrid and Peter Lindstrom had one daughter, Pia Lindstrom, born in 1938, who would later become a successful television journalist and news anchor herself. Despite the outward appearance of a traditional family, the couple's relationship eventually became strained, largely due to the demands of Bergman's career and the personal challenges she faced as she grew older and more internationally prominent. During the late 1940s, Ingrid Bergman's life took a dramatic turn when she developed a romantic relationship with the Italian filmmaker Roberto Rossellini. Rossellini was a prominent and highly influential director famous for his role in pioneering Italian neorealist cinema. Their affair began while Bergman was still married to Lindstrom, a fact that stirred considerable scandal at the time. This relationship was both passionate and controversial, as it crossed the boundaries of societal expectations of marriage and fidelity. The affair became public knowledge after Bergman gave birth to Rossellini's child, a daughter named Isabella Rossellini, born in 1952. The birth of this child symbolized a significant rupture in Bergman's personal life and sparked intense media scrutiny and public debate. Following the birth of Isabella, Ingrid Bergman divorced Peter Lindstrom in 1950, ending their 13-year marriage. Shortly thereafter, Bergman and Rossellini formalized their union by marrying in Mexico. Their marriage marked a new chapter in Bergman's life, one deeply entwined with Rossellini's cinematic vision and Italian culture. The couple had two more children together, Roberto Ingmar Rossellini, born in 1954, and Isotta Ingrid Rossellini, born in 1956. Despite their creative collaborations and the growth of their family, the marriage faced numerous challenges, including professional pressures, cultural differences, and intense public scrutiny following their earlier scandal. Ultimately, Bergman and Rossellini divorced in 1957, bringing to an end a complex and influential partnership that had left an indelible mark on both their personal lives and cinematic histories.